Rokeby. I'm getting ads, and they're making me suspicious, these ads. It's like pretty much the reason I pay for YouTube Premium, so that I don't have to spend days of my life wondering over what the hell is going on with these ads. Okay, first of all, how do you say it? How does your average Australian Joe like myself, who is fluent in Swedish, because that's something that most of us are, how do we say this word? Because it looks like Rokeby. It's Swedish for smoke village, and it would work in Norwegian and Icelandic and kind of Danish as well. Rokeby. It'd even work in Finnish, which it'd be like Kiitos Rokeby. It works in all these languages, but not in English. How do you say this? And it's in Australia. I thought that my suspicion would be relieved by looking into this company. It isn't. Firstly, Rokeby Set Go, really? No, it's not close enough to ready. You're saying Rokeby, you're not saying Rekby. If it was Rekby, Rokeby Set Go, yeah. Rokeby Set Go. Natural straight up nutrition. What does that mean? What is straight up nutrition? I don't normally have my nutrition dodging side to side. It's just food that deliver the nutrition you need. Stop using the word nutrition. You only need to say it once, with a taste you'll love. Well, I mean, I'll be the judge of that. Whenever we see these high protein things, what's that cereal, Magic Spoon? Everyone says they taste bad. They offered to sponsor me on my main channel, and I was like, I need to taste it. I need to have it first. I need some boxes of cereal. And they didn't send me them. They said they would, and they didn't. And I was like, screw you. I need to taste that it's good. Then I saw some reviews and they were like, it's not as good as people are saying. So 30 grams of protein. Firstly, I need to know like per how much. Like it could be 30 grams of protein per 100 liters, right? So like no protein at all. And secondly, they're always saying it to people who wouldn't even know how much they need anyway. People just go, oh, that sounds like a lot. 30 grams. I don't know how much is in another protein shake. I don't know how much is in my cereal. Cold filtered. No one knows what that means. Fresh milk, sure. No added sugar. Okay, that's good, I guess. All natural. Well, is it though? What does all natural really mean? I mean, it's not like you're literally just like sucking on the teat of the cow, are you? Like it's in a bottle. It's in a plastic bottle. It can't be that natural. This just took a whole different turn because this one has Swedish words in it. They're trying to appear Swedish. Well, the Swedish investigator is here to put an end to this shit. What? Rokeby Probiotic Yoghurt is made the authentic Swedish way by slow fermenting. How else do you ferment things? It's not a process that happens in like 20 minutes. Slow fermenting fresh full cream milk with a specific blend of... I had not seen this before. They are here to sell me stuff that's meant to be Swedish. Well, you're going to find out how much I know about this shit. Actually, I don't know much about Swedish protein. I know that it's very popular to just call things vaguely Scandinavian sounding names and be like, yes, now we can charge more for it. Now I've got to say it like that. You say it's Swedish. So when should you consume Rokeby Probiotic Yoghurt? Rokeby Farms Probiotic Yoghurt is perfect in a smoothie or simply on its own. We recommend incorporating it into your daily routine. Your taste buds and tummy will thank you for it. I don't think they will though. Rokeby Probiotic Yoghurt is thinner in texture than yogurt and thicker than milk. So it's halfway between yogurt and milk. I like yogurt thick. That's why I have yogurt. If I wanted thin yogurt, I would have milk. Perfect on its own. On its own? Oh, gross. Sounds yuck. Pouring over fruit or cereal or blending into smoothies. See, they say no added sugar, but like, that's a lot of sugar anyway. If you're just eating like fruit. I mean, obviously it's good to eat fruit, but like, they always talk like having this one thing will just fix all your nutrition problems. A balanced diet is not just eating things that are full of sugar, like cereal and fruit. I don't eat a balanced diet. I eat sugar like it's going out of fashion. But still, I know I shouldn't. Can you use Rokeby Probiotic Yoghurt in other recipes? Yes, of course. I knew, before I clicked, I knew they were going to say yes. Our probiotic yogurt can be added to recipes in cooking and baking. Baking, was that more like Danish? Also keep your eye out on social media channels. Yeah, I think you're going to shove it in my face on social media channels. Rokeby Probiotic Yoghurt is available in a 750 gram bottle and contains 3 times 250 gram serves. So if one serve is 250 grams, why are you giving me 3 serves at once? It seems like a lot. Seems like an excuse to charge a lot for it. I bet this is about $20. Is made with fresh full cream milk, because that's good for you. That's definitely what humans are supposed to drink, full cream cow's milk, and live cultures and probiotics. Well, that's in milk, isn't it? Our blueberry variety offers a flavored alternative without any added sugar. Yeah, but blueberries have quite a lot of sugar, like more than you would think from the way they taste. Guys, if you want something that tastes good and is natural and doesn't contain much sugar, just eat strawberries. Strawberries don't contain much sugar at all. They are very good for you. Lactose-free, full cream, FitMilk. You're just calling it a word that people associate with health, fit, and saying and putting milk before it. FitMilk sounds healthier than milk, but it's just milk. Milk FAQs. You don't need an apostrophe in FAQs because it's not FAQ. The FAQs don't own anything. Just put the S in lowercase. That's an easier way to do it. FitMilk made. We source fresh Australian milk. Yeah, so milk. This raw milk is raw. Now it's raw. It's milk. We know what milk is. Cooked milk is called a pancake. This raw milk is chilled and transported from the farms to our facilities in Melbourne. The milk then passes through a series of filters to remove some of the water and lactose, which naturally increases protein. Yeah, but that's what's in milk, right? So you're not actually increasing the protein. You're just taking out the stuff that isn't protein, making it more concentrated. But my question is, the water and lactose, like, does that get used for anything? Because it sounds very wasteful. We flash pasteurize for just a few seconds. Again, I have questions. Is that different from normal pasteurization? Because I can't imagine that anyone doing modern pasteurization is using an inefficient process that takes hours unless that needs to happen. I would say they're all doing that, but they just say, well, we do it for a few seconds. That's called something in advertising when you go like, well, ours do this. And it's like, they all do that. It's from Mad Men. Flash pasteurized, I would guess that that's how all milk is pasteurized. To make it safe to consume, well, if it is safe to consume, then that's how they're doing all milk. Made from fresh milk and contains no added protein. This means FitMilk, it's just milk, naturally has the same balance of whey and casein proteins as regular milk. No one knows what casein is. Come on, there are people who know what it means, but not the sort of people who are going to be fooled by this stuff anyway. More protein per serve. To achieve this, well, you just have to have a more concentrated version of it, and therefore more. Our process effectively concentrates the protein. You already said that. I get suspicious when companies say what they want you to remember, and then somewhere else in the same paragraph, they say that again, as if they're like, and this. It's like, no, you said that. You don't get to count that one twice. There are no spray drying or chemical techniques. You mean chemical techniques. Or chemical techniques used in our process, which you may encounter in products made with added milk or protein powders. Is FitMilk pasteurized? Yes, we are required by law to pasteurize our milk to make it safe to consume. But again, are you doing the pasteurization any differently to the way everyone else does it? I don't think you are. Okay, fair enough. The full cream milk only contains 2.3 grams of sugar, which is pretty good. Is Rokeby FitMilk gluten-free? I think all milk is gluten-free, isn't it? Again, all milk. Hashtag all milk matters. You call it Dutch chocolate, it suddenly sounds nicer than just chocolate. Like, it's just chocolate. I buy this brand of like ice cream, like Magnums. What do people have in other countries? I don't know. It's like ice cream coated in chocolate and stuff. And they are they're not Magnums, but they're the worst offender for making up bullshit that makes it sound cooler, like Murray River salted caramel. And I'm like, it's salt. I can't taste the difference between Murray River salted caramel and just salt from my table shaker. Dutch chocolate. To me, Dutch, they're pretty low on the chocolate scale of like quality chocolates, aren't they? Isn't it like Switzerland and Belgium are at the top? And then maybe Germany? Yeah, I would go like Belgium, Switzerland, Germany, Netherlands, maybe. Or Austria. To me, it sounds cooler to say Austria. This one has no added sugar. This one has added sugar. See, that gives me hope for the taste of the chocolate one, because whenever I see a chocolate product that has no added sugar, that's going to be bad. Choc honeycomb, and that has no added sugar. But how are you making honeycomb with that no added sugar? They're allowed to do stuff like this. They have honeycomb, and they put it in the product, but then they no added sugar. But it's like, yeah, but the things you put in it had added sugar. Protein smoothie, vanilla wafer flavor. See, again, vanilla wafer flavor? Is that different to just vanilla? It sounds a bit gross anyway. Double espresso. Yeah, everyone has to have an espresso flavor these days. I kind of like this effect, I've got to say. This is cool. Ooh, coffee beans. Yeah, that one, it looks nice. I bet it's not though, because I don't like banana milk. Our protein smoothies are made from fresh milk and contains, no, you're talking about smoothies multiple. Our protein smoothies are made from fresh milk and contain no added protein. Get it right. I know it's a small thing, but like you're spending how much to advertise on YouTube and probably other places? Copy right. Can you not get your copy correct? I'm convinced, you know how Grammarly, I think it's failing? I'm not surprised because no one cares. No, like people, you got these like companies trying to be big ass brand name companies and they can't even check their spelling. And then again, so our milk, as if we're halfway through the sentence, but they started a new sentence. They straight up admit to wastage here. We actually use 2 liters of fresh milk to create 1 liter. What are you doing with that other liter of just sugar water? I hope you're doing something productive with it. It'd make great bee food or something. We source fresh local Aussie milk from a collection of farms located in and around Victoria. Around Victoria. Victoria is already really big. If you're not familiar with Australia, Victoria is the second smallest state, but it is still enormous. It's bigger than most countries. So to say in and around Victoria, like that's a local thing. I looked this up. I was like, oh, Victoria is probably like the size of Belgium. And I looked it up. It's 9 times the size of Belgium. Area of France. It's 1/3 the size of France. The raw milk is chilled. Again, raw milk is chilled and transported from the farm. I don't think there's non-raw milk. Stop saying raw milk. From the farms to our facility in Melbourne. Yeah, see, Melbourne is right at the bottom east of Victoria. So if something's coming from up near the South Australian and New South Wales border, that's a really long way. I know other companies do that. To me, this is pretty blatant. They're just going like, local farms around a place half the size of Europe. Remove some of the water and lactose. They're referring to a process which naturally increases protein and calcium because they were referring to a single process. What they've said here is a real English sentence that you could say, but that would mean that they were removing the things that increase protein and calcium, which would actually remove the protein and calcium. Petty? I think not. I think you need to get your product description right. Our fresh cold filtered milk has 3 times the protein and calcium of regular milk. But didn't you say that it had twice the protein? Preserve quality and freshness. You can't preserve quality. They say that and it sounds like it makes sense, right? It's like, yeah, preserve quality. You can preserve freshness to an extent, but like preserve quality. What is preserved quality? What does that mean? We then fill our delicious smoothies. Again, get your copy right. We then fill our delicious smoothies into bottles. No, you then put them into bottles, or we fill bottles with them. The most common way to reduce lactose enzyme in products is to add lactase enzyme, which naturally converts the lactose into a more easily digestible carbohydrate, glucose and galactose. That sounds made up. Galactose. I am the emperor of the galactose. Here at Rokeby, our approach to reducing lactose is slightly different. And often when companies say different, they mean cheaper and not as good. How does Rokeby protein smoothies, surely it's how do Rokeby protein smoothies contain our own... Now I'm going to be like a petty dickhead about every little thing that I think is wrong because they have shown themselves not to be able to use English correctly. The answer to your question is actually the key difference in Rokeby and what sets us apart from other high-protein beverages that are made with added protein powders. Rokeby is made with fresh milk, which contains double the protein of regular milk and does not contain added protein. Bloody hell, it's so confusing. No, that is what protein powder is. Protein powder is filtered milk. I learned that. Protein powder is just milk filtered down to just the protein. That's why it's quite expensive, because it needs a lot of milk to begin with. So really, you're just doing that, but less good. You're just doing that, but not as well. This is just bad protein powder, basically. Do Rokeby protein smoothies, again, not does, do. Protein smoothies contain added sugar. They offer some varieties with no added sugar and some that do contain a small amount of added sugar, which is added for taste and consistency. That's why sugar's always added. I love the way they say it's like, oh, it's only added for taste and consistency. That's why we added sugar to anything in the first place, because it tastes better. You can't say that like it's special that you do it. It's freaking the same. I like that. I've got to say, one thing I like is that they use some normal-sized models. This woman looks like a healthy, normal-sized woman, not like one of those like supermodels who couldn't run more than 200 meters because she'd die of like malnutrition or something. And this guy, he's pretty ripped, he's pretty buff, much more so than me, but he doesn't look like a freak, and he also doesn't look like a professional runner. So yeah, I like this. I like these people. Photo's a bit grainy though. This looks like it was taken on like a 2003 digital camera. Oh, they got some sponsors and stuff. Curtis Connor here. Sam Draper. Who is Sam? I've never heard. I'm Australian and I've never heard of Kaylee McKeon. I've heard of her because my son goes to a swimming school that's like named after her family. They make it look like they've got hundreds of them, but it's like the same 5 people just over and over again. I don't really want to harass a startup. I mean, I am. That's what I'm doing. But like, guys, if you're going to spend your advertising budget on advertising on YouTube, then you're going to get YouTubers commenting on your stuff. That's just going to happen. Also, this tilt shift effect on this grass here, this picture here, is terrible. Come on. It's so easy to do in Lightroom. How did you stuff that up so much? What? Look down here. The grass is blurry there, but not there. Did you forget to add it to this part? What is happening? You know, they're like, look, we're from this very natural part of Australia. It's so natural and occurring. But they admit that some of the farms are like up here, like near where I live, like freaking miles away. Their email is moo@rokebyfarms.com.au, or should I say moo@rokebyfarms.com.au, loaded with real cocoa for natural chocolate goodness. Again, cocoa is all real. I don't think there's any fake cocoa. Filtered low-fat milk, cane sugar, cream. But cream is like the opposite of what you're doing. Cream is like the very fat milk. Carrageenan. Yeah, I love a bit of carrageenan. My family's been eating carrageenan since the Middle Ages. Basically, what they're trying to do is sell it as more natural than any other smoothie or protein milk or, you know, high protein yogurt or anything. It's more of the same stuff. And stop calling Rokeby. It's weird. It's not Swedish. Stop pretending to be Swedish. You should call it Farms in and around Victoria, which is very large. That's a catchy name. Farms in and around Victoria, which is very large. Natural protein milk. As a Swedish-speaking Australian, I thought I should talk about this because, yeah. Okay, bye.